absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you on your way to Ghana? Wow, I bet you'll be resting after all this hard, tough work that you've been doing here. Well, you know what? If you're in Ghana, look for JN Mobile Spa in Accra. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa Ghana provides organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating? I bet you'll be resting after all this hard, tough work that you've been doing here. Well, you know what? If you're in Ghana, look for JN Mobile Spa in Accra. Oh, 00233244941 or 00233200606 and I can tell you that JN Mobile Spa will be at your doorstep in a for all your health and beauty needs at your doorsteps. Contact JN Mobile Spa. We are the best in health and beauty needs. Hey Charlie, so you're on your way to Ghana? Boy, oh boy, after all that tough work that you've been doing, but you're gonna be resting, right? Well, let me recommend someone for you. JN Mobile Spa Limited in Accra. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? Or for your facials, you need exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Mobile Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 386, and we will be at your doorsteps. And they will be right at your doorsteps. J&M Mobile Spa. Your health and beauty needs at your doorsteps. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you J&M Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable and trustworthy.
There. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio
UK.
This is Starr Radio
UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Today is Tuesday, the 11th day of February, the year 2025, with the time now exactly at 11 o'clock. And this is how I take the opportunity to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good dawn to you. Yes, I went to spec service, yeah, so that I can see properly. But let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. As I say it all the time, without him and his production, I will not be here, especially this morning as well, especially when we're running behind time. But he was here to sort everything out, start the program and everything. So, Mr. Guy, good morning to you. Let me say good morning to all producers and all presenters on Starr Radio UK, to Eben all the way in South Africa. Massive good morning to you. Like me, my colleague and co-presenter back in Africa. Massive good morning to you there as well. And a special good morning also goes to the one and only Bishop Adeshina. Yes, Anthony Adedeji, good morning. Shamsuddin, good morning. Tassino, good morning. Yeah, special envoy in Moscow. And wherever you might be, massive good morning to each and every one of you. Let me put it this way, all protocol observed. And once again, welcome to Starr Radio UK. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only
This is the morning show with Archie.
All right then. So we're going to be cracking on a Tuesday edition of the morning show. This is how the program is going to go. I'm going to bring you the coach for the day. The weather forecast will follow soon. Then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. Then after which we continue to look at the details of those stories. Then at 11:45, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. Then at 12 o'clock exactly, we bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So in that's what's going to happen. But hey, if you have any comments or anything of the sort that you want us to talk about or some issues, feel free, put it on our platform that we are broadcasting on all the social media platforms. And I promise you one thing for sure. I'm going to read it and acknowledge you. So once again, welcome on board. Welcome on board. Let's crack on. The quote for the day says, don't let yourself be discouraged if a particular project does not work the way you planned. Never forget that failure is part of the success process. Yeah. So maybe you were embarking on something and that has failed. That doesn't necessarily mean that everything that you touch will fail. No. It's all to do with that. And it says failure, is part of success. Okay, maybe you have to fail 10 times before you get to success. So if you don't try and get a failure to pass through before you get to that, you'll be marking time. So yes, when you are knocked down 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, get up and get it on. All right then, Starr Radio UK. Now from the weather front, a quick one from the weather front this morning. Okay, so for London and the southeastern part of England, well, another a bit milder than of late, 6 degrees there. Now today we'll see dull and overcast conditions throughout with very little in the way of any brightness. It will be largely dry with light easterly winds. Now tonight, large areas of cloud will persist, but still with a few clear breaks developing in places. A dry and chilly night expected as well. Top temperature is going to be 6 degrees. The lowest is going to be 3 degrees. UV level, low pollution, low. Sunset 17:08 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:23 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me take you straight to the travels. And those of you who are in the UK, but if you wherever you are listening to us, or you want to share your take with us pertaining to your travels there as well, we're going to be sharing it with our worldwide listeners as well. So on the Bakerloo line, there are minor delays. That aside, all the other underground lines are running a good service. DLR, London Tramlink and London Overground, good service there. On the major roads in London, the A roads, now A13, A2 and A316 are experiencing serious delays. So if you can avoid that, do your best to do so. Other than that, all the others are running good. Now on the river bus, good service there. The London Cable Car, good service there, bringing us straight to the final segment. That is the National Rail. But keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads as you keep it navigated. I promise. Our bond. So on the National Rail this morning, Avanti West Coast, Cross Country Island Line, London Northeastern Railway, Lumo, Northern Rail, and Transpennine Express are experiencing or providing special services. And then Southern is experiencing minor delays there. So please check before you leave so you don't miss any of your appointments. Well, this is where we bring the updates to a close from there. And I will say it once again as I normally will. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your comments for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. We'll take a quick commercial break, and once we come back, I'll bring you everything pertaining to what is happening from across the globe, and that will be global trotting. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 6 minutes past the top of the hour. Let's go! Global Trotting! Bring you all the stories that is making the rounds, the headlines this morning before we bring you the details in a bit. Okay. So starting from home here. Replacing judge with experts strengthens assisted dying bill. MP says it comes after concerns over the High Court's capacity to hear each individual case in England and Wales. That is something. Those of the faith will tell you that, hey, we're not being allowed. We're not allowed by God to take our own lives. It's God who gave them the life, and therefore when he decides to take it, then he can take it. But what do you think there? Anthony Adedeji, my brother, yes, good morning to you. Good morning to you. I hope you are doing very, very well. Okay. In other stories as well, UK must respect Trump's mandate. New ambassador to US Mandelson says. Well, the people voted overwhelmingly for him. So we have to accept that. But does that mean that we have to accept all his policies that he's putting across? Yes, he's the champion of his own country. Yes, they say he's the most powerful person in the whole world. Okay, so how do we control that? He's just going to be doing whatever things that he wants, pertaining to Gaza, pertaining to anything, pertaining to tariffs and all those things. But we'll be looking at all those ones in a moment. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. It is Starr Radio UK. We are global trotting, and church risks further crisis if it doesn't act. Says ex-child abuse inquiry chair, and police incident sees residents evacuated. We're going to tell you more about all that during the course of the program. Those of you who love sports, now Gatland is to leave Wales head coach role. I'll be telling you more about all that. Okay, now moving on to other parts of the world as well. Israel pledges relentless action to return hostages as Hamas rejects Trump's threat. Now, Palestinians are defiant after the U.S. president says Israel should let all hell break out if the hostages are not freed by midday on Saturday. And then it all pertains to how the latest release of these hostages was done, where they were paraded and put on a stage to read some whatever statements that had been written for them. Well, so they're saying that because of that and the threat from they are saying because Israel wasn't playing ball, and so they are also thinking that they're not going to be, the next release is not going to be taking place. But Trump is saying let all hell break loose if they don't. Okay, so we'll see what happens from there. Now, we have another issue where Trump is calling on the Gaza Strip to be given to, I don't know whether ceded or given to America, or I don't know whether to him, so that they will, he said everybody will move away from there. They will build the place up into a Riviera in that Middle East bit, and then everybody can come in, but the Palestinians cannot come back to that particular land. So the question is this something that the Arab world leaders, where we are now saying that the Palestinians should move to, will accept? Well, so Trump is going to be facing Jordan's leader, King Abdullah. We'll be telling you more about that. And a lawyer in Saudi, trans student suicide note had embassy links. Some of the stories, and Trump says no exemption with metal tariffs to start in March. So it says when it comes to metal tariffs, there are going to be no exemptions, whether you are UK, whether you are Canada, whether you are our best mates. Well, you're going to be paying how much? Prosecutors told to drop NYC mayor corruption case. Who told them that? We'll be telling you that's New York mayor's case. We'll be telling you more about all that. Okay, now moving on to other parts of the world as well. Central African Republic President Faustin Archange Touadéra has launched a Meme coin in a bid to raise the profile of the country, which is one of the world's poorest. Okay, well, let's see. The question has been, as I've been saying it time and time and over again, what are leaders doing? What do they really do for our people? Are they there to serve our people, or are they serving their own parochial interests, or me, myself, and my dog, as others will say? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that, and then we leave the general population to their own fate. But well, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Well, some information coming through is saying that some Ghanaians are fighting in insurgency hate in Burkina Faso. Who are they fighting for? We're going to be telling you. Isn't the Ghanaian soldiers? You want to know more, you have to stay tuned. Now, South Sudan president sacks top leaders and spy chiefs. When it's coming, it is doing, as a friend will say. And South Africa is mourning pioneering female nuclear scientists, and we'll be telling you more about that. Well, you have to celebrate somebody. Why not? We got to celebrate them. And then still on the African continent, trial begins for 84 Congolese soldiers accused of murder, rape, and other crimes. We'll be telling you more about that. And UN calls for immediate release of former Niger leader Mohamed Bazoum. Now, I've been saying this again. Now, when the leaders are in power, okay, yes, they could have been voted for, but policies that they are making, that maybe majority of the country think, no, that is not on. And then when it comes to elections, and then they know that, well, you've lost the election, but some way, somehow, they manipulate, and then they use machinations to say that we want power. And then they want to stay on. And then when the military decide to take up arms and say you are out, then we have bodies, sub-regional body. We had ECOWAS saying that. We have the AU saying that. And now we have the UN saying that. They say that if overthrown the person, maybe they think that if the person is let out, he can cause more mayhem. That's how we keep you in. He's not in prison, but he's in house arrest, on a house arrest. Now, what do you think about all that? It's quite an interesting development from there. We're going to tell you more about that. In South Africa, Zuma's party files freezing complaint against AfriForum. And let me say good morning to Mr. Ebenezer Hammond, all the way in Cape Town, South Africa. Okay. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In Nigeria, after building Africa's biggest refinery, Dangote begins assembling cars as well. Now, he's got the business acumen, so why not? Let him use it. And so far as we have somebody doing that, and then we have the profits staying in the country, then we know that we are doing something. It's not like just going out and say, now we want foreign investment, and they come in, and then they take all their profit out of the country. And you ask yourself, at the end of the day, what have we made out of that? The pollution and everything. You talk about this oil wells that they have in Nigeria. Call it the south, is it the southeast? And the fact that it's polluting the waters of the people, destroying farms there, farmlands and stuff like that, and a few things. And the people are saying that we want to, because if you are taking all this in from our area or from our communities, we want to see that we are enjoying the benefits of it. Okay, but when people rise up to say that, then we say shut up, or we try to crash on them, or whatever, stamp on them, and we don't allow dissent to take place. And then we have the issue where the monies are all taken out, the profit and everything is taken out of the country. However, if Dangote, who now is buying or getting the crude oil from Nigeria, I think he's buying it in Naira now, so he's not using foreign exchange to do that. Of course, when it comes to the machinery or equipment that they are using, definitely we don't manufacture those bits, so they will need foreign exchange to import those things to keep the refinery running. I don't know how long it takes for some of them, but maybe some. I remember working in a place where they manufacture some stuff, and then we need to be dealing with there are some gadgets and some things that need to be changed virtually every week. You need to make sure that those things are changed so that the system will be running the way they're supposed to. So let me call it recurrent, yes, part exchange, parts that need to be changed. So those things. So he will definitely need foreign exchange to do so. But at least you know that most of the profit will be or remain in the country, and the nation will have to benefit from it. So when we want to bring an investment into our countries, those are some of the things that we need to consider. If you could get the locals to contribute to get that thing done, let us do so. Because we know that when it comes to government running things like that, they don't run it well. Because we have the various oil refineries. Nigeria has been there for long, oil refineries, and it cannot be up and running. You need a private entity to come and say that? Well, I think I've got some people who will be helping you to crack the whip on those fronts. Well, listeners, it's Starr Radio King. Now, Africa Development Bank President hints at 2027 presidency. Okay. Okay. And Dangote is saying there again, is eyeing full capacity operation in March. Well, so even now, it's just not operating on full or firing on all cylinders, but he said he's focusing or looking or eyeing that. In other stories making the rounds in Ghana, gold for oil achieved its purpose. Scrapping it could backfire, former Boss MD is saying. And then oral report, we will pursue legal action without fear or favor. But there are some individuals who are saying that, look, we're not going to be coming. Oral can retrieve $20.49 billion with 36 cases. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, ringleader of Tamale Central market shooting incident, two other suspects have been arrested as well. Those are some of the stories making the round. If it is true that these individuals actually this amount, 20.49 billion, can be retrieved, why not? Why did they take that money? Why did they? I mean, we didn't get value for money. And therefore, of course, if they have to do so, they definitely have to do so. There's also a story is coming or making the rounds in Ghana as well. It is Starr Radio UK. He cried and cried. John Bwedu reveals how MPP blocked Afinyo Makin from contesting a Futu seat. Well, but he's now the champion, or the leader of the opposition in parliament. Okay. I don't know what I did wrong. Saidu Agongo maintains innocence over Heritage Bank. Well, most of the leaders of the defunct banks are saying that, I mean, with the Bank of Ghana saying they were, whittling down or sanitizing the banking sector. Someone saying that, well, we didn't even know. We didn't know exactly what we did wrong for our banks to be closed. And especially when it happens at the bank that you the government is trying to shut down, or the central bank is trying to shut down. It's being owed. I mean, the government is owing it maybe huge sums of money. Then what do you think exactly has taken place there? Or what do you think exactly is happening there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 20 minutes past the top of the hour. We're going to be taking a break, and once we come back, we'll be continuing with the show. But this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. But for the last other global trotting story before we take the break, now, Aura is a toothless bulldog. That's what the person is saying. I won't respond to their call. Former Deputy Attorney General is saying. Now, if you've not done anything wrong, you don't have any skeletons in your cupboard. If somebody says, I want to come into your room to come and check your cupboard, you say, yeah, you can come in. Shoot yourself down. Or as we do say, do whatever you want to do. But well, okay. We'll tell you more about that, and in some other statement, Shamima Muslim is saying the Kufuor was a clearing agent. We must demand a counter accountability. Because I remember back in the day when a few people have said that they were corrupt individuals who have done so much or so, they came out to say, well, the president said the inquiry, they come back, they say, well, we didn't see anything wrong, and then just clear them, and they just continued with whatever thing that they were doing. You want to know more, you got to stay tuned. You don't have to charge the dial. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 22 minutes past the top of the hour. Let's take a break, and I'll be with you. A musical break, of course. This is from Pastor Theodora Boache Answer, and it says, before I formed you, I knew thee. Enjoy.
Hear me now, He is the God of creation, the mighty one of Israel. He holds the sun in its place, He calls the stars one by one. That's the God who made you, He has called you His own. Yes, He has consoled you, sons of good, not evil. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew your name. I call you by your name. Before I formed you in the belly, listen now, say a righteous man's steps are ordered by God.
Okay, let me say good morning to Vicky Newton. I call her Queen. Vicky, I hope you are doing very, very well. Good morning to you too.
My God will work for your good. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew your name. I called you by your name. Before I formed you in the belly, Now if you believe that, come on, let's say this to the world. He knows my name. He calls me friend. I have the fear. He's on my side. Come on, He knows my name. He calls me friend. I have the fear. He's on my side. Say He knows my name. He calls me friend. I have the fear. He's on my side. Before I fall in the belly.
This is Starr Radio UK.
I call you by your name. Before I found you in the belly, Say, God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. Come on, rejoice. Lift your hands up, give Him praise. 'Cause He knows, yes He knows,
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:27 from the House of London. And it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Thank you to all of you who have tuned in on the various platforms, watching us or listening to us wherever you might be. Shout out to every one of you there, to all our lovely listeners in Cape Town, South Africa, to be specific. Yes, Eben, and all the wonderful people there as well. Let me say good morning to Kenza. Yes, thank you very much for also joining in. And all our listeners and viewers on Koiki Media, Yoruba Nation platforms, and United States of Biafra platform. Let me say good morning to the Deputy Prime Minister of Biafra Nation, United States of Biafra Nation, Dr. Ngozi. Good morning to you. And to all the executives there as well, I salute each and every one of you. All right, then. Let me say good morning to Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho and Professor Kintoye. Good morning to you, Professor. I hope you're all doing very, very well. And I say, if you feel you are being marginalized, if you feel you need a voice, well, this is a platform that you got to be on, because we're going to make sure that whatever you want to share, we do so. We allow you to have a voice. Okay? So, this is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London on a Tuesday edition of the morning show. Okie. So, let's crack on, bringing you all the details now. Starting from home here in the UK as we did. Okay? So, the assisted dying bill will be strengthened by plans for cases to be signed off by experts rather than a judge. The MP behind the law change has said the proposed law for England and Wales currently say a High Court judge must check each person is eligible and has not been coerced into making the decision today. But Kim Leadbeater, the Labour MP proposing the bill, will suggest replacing this with a panel of experts who would oversee applications. It comes after concerns were raised over the court's capacity to hear each individual case. Now, Leadbeater said extra expertise will improve the bill, but some opponents have criticized the move as watering down the bill's safeguards. Conservative MP Danny Kruger, a leading critic of the bill, said while he welcomed the idea of more experts being involved in the process, he questioned whether they will be impartial like a judge. So what will be taken into consideration for you to get that done? And again, if you're a person of faith, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, whatever faith that you belong to, do you think it's acceptable that you take your life? Because the good book says, the Bible says, that the life that we had was given to us by God. God owns the life that we have. And therefore, if there is anything, it's God. He gives life and he can take life. So it is not in our power to do so. However, have you seen somebody who is in the situation where they are in constant pain and maybe doctors have said that, well, they've got a few months to go or something, but are you going to sit down and just watch them going through those constant pains and being given morphine or some strong pain relievers and then the side effect and everything? Would you be? Or somebody say, yes, it is their cross, let them carry it. What do you think about that? It's quite interesting. I want to know your take on that. But this is all coming your way from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:31. Okay. So now let's move on. Let's move on to some of the other stories. But let me hear your take on it. What do you see? How do you see it? Okay. Now, in another interesting development, the Metropolitan Police cannot dismiss officers by removing their vetting clearance. The High Court has ruled. So, back in the day when there had been these issues where they're talking about the fact that some police officers, a handful of them, who have been involved in maybe raping or doing some things, okay, now are being told that the court is they were being said that they could have been sacked because maybe they didn't make some information known to the vetting committee before they were enrolled. Now the court has come to rule. A Metropolitan Police High Court has ruled that the Metropolitan Police cannot say they are sacking anybody because maybe they didn't get their during the vetting they were not able to capture some information that needed to be captured. But what do you think about that? What do you think about that? So maybe somebody who we didn't know that maybe, let me put it quote and unquote, is a rapist and it's in the place because just a tiny of them, or those who are said to be proper racists in there. Now, how do you deal with that? Are they going to be retrained, as my Chinese schools would do? They think that maybe you are behaving in a particular way. They say they take you to their school, that place where they do, and then the Western world are saying that place is a camp. Why are you doing so? I bet you they will say that it's better for them to take their school to control them, and then rather than leaving them to go haywire and then be maybe committing some atrocities in their communities. But what do you think about all that? Well, it's quite interesting. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. The Church of England's problem is not going away. The Church of England risks further crisis if it fails to adopt a sweeping new independent system to keep people safe. The former head of a national inquiry into child sexual abuse has said the Church's National Assembly will vote later on Tuesday on options to radically change its safeguarding process. One of the systems being considered is based on a model proposed by Professor Alexis Jay, the former chair of a national inquiry into child sexual abuse, who was asked by the church for her input. But some members of the church have cast doubt about a system that comprehensively hands the process for dealing with abuse allegations to an outside organization. And again, let me come to the good book. There's a statement, there's something that the good book says there. It said, as people of faith, we should be able to deal with our own situation rather than taking it to outsiders to be dealing that way with us or dealing with it. So, I mean, what reputation do we have, and what image are we creating that we saying also, but we cannot even regulate our own selves? Are we turning to some of the churches in some developing countries where people just go on, just do whatever excuse my words again, nonsense, and then people have to just take it on and then go on with it? What do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The final story from the UK front and taking us straight to the US as well. The UK must respect President Donald Trump's strong and clear mandate for change. The new UK ambassador to the US has said on his first day in the role. Lord Mandelson said the UK will not necessarily agree with every detail of Trump's agenda, but added, we have to respect and understand what drives him, what his mandate is to do, and how his allies need to adjust sometimes. Now, the 71-year-old spoke yesterday, said the same day he presented his diplomatic credentials to the U.S. State Department and officially became the ambassador to Washington. Now, during the interview, he said his past criticism of Trump were ill-judged and wrong, and was pressed on the difference between the UK and the US on Middle East policy. Asked how he would approach the position of US ambassador, Lord Mandelson said there was already a strong relationship between our government and a very warm personal relationship between Trump and our Prime Minister. Each of us want to grow our economies, he said. I think that what we need to do is to build the technology and investment relationship between the US and the UK, the fact that fits the 21st century. That's where I want to focus. Last week, Trump said that tariffs on EU and goods could happen pretty soon, but suggested a deal could be worked out with the UK. US allies are also waiting nervously for possible tariffs on steel and aluminium, which could upend markets around the world. Lord Mandelson, one of the best known figures on British politics, having served in several Labour governments, is the first political appointee to the US ambassador role in 50 years. He said he was concerned about the possibility of tariffs on the UK. But he added, we actually have a very balanced trade relationship between Britain and the US. I don't believe that these tariffs are actually directly targeted at us. He went on further to say that shouldn't make us complacent though, and I'm not complacent. I'm going to focus in a lesser like way on the dialogue between us to make sure that we do not become collateral damage in the US, he continued. But in the meantime, I don't think we should be overreacting there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other parts of the world as well, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged relentless action to return hostages being held in Gaza after Hamas said it would delay their release until further notice. It comes as US President Donald Trump says Israel should cancel the ceasefire and let hell break out if Hamas does not release all remaining hostages by midday on Saturday. In response, all remaining hostages by midday on Saturday. In response, a Hamas spokesperson says the language of threats has no value, while defiant Palestinians say Trump will never make Gaza hell. It is too early to say whether this carefully negotiated, staged process is about to collapse, but after a mostly positive start, the ceasefire is under increasing strain. In total, 17 Israeli hostages were still due to be released in the first phase of the ceasefire, 8 of whom Israel says are dead. Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners have been freed by Israel so far. Now, the concerns and the worry of the Israelis, the Prime Minister to be specific, was about how frail the latest hostages were looking. And the question is, with the ladies, the women that were released earlier on, we could see that they were all healthier. But the question is, when there is no food coming into that part of the country or in Gaza, and these people are hiding them and stuff like that, and maybe whatever things that were going on, they didn't have enough food, and they couldn't give them even enough food for themselves. Now, what do you think is going to happen? Of course, they're going to look frail. They don't have hospitals because the hospitals are being bombed and stuff like that. So what do they do? You get it? So, well, let's all watch out for what is going to happen come Saturday if Hamas fails to release these hostages. The rest of them, as Trump is saying, whether all hell is going to break loose. Some more international reactions now from Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who says Israel has failed to keep its promises regarding the ceasefire deal. Speaking to press afterward, Erdogan asked Israeli occupation should end once and for all. The occupation remains the core problem, he adds. Erdogan says Turkey is sending aid to Gaza and will continue to do so, while also calling for establishment of an independent Palestinian state. What do you think is going to happen there? But Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara says Donald Trump has had a promising start to his second term. In an interview on the rest is political. The rest is political or politics podcast. He said, though he calls the U.S. president to drop sanctions against Syria, now the regime has changed, but becomes more critical when asked directly about ethnic cleansing and relocating Palestinians to Jordan. It will not be morally or politically right for Trump to lead an effort to force Palestinians out of their land, he says, adding, it is a serious crime that will ultimately fail. Well, are we going to biblical times when the Jews were driven out of their town or their country by Babylon and taken into exile? But then they had the captures occupying their places. After some time, they do come back. But with what is going on now, what do you perceive is going to be happening? But Hamas have rejected Trump's threat, even as Israel relentlessly pledging relentless action. Well, I know people in the Israeli cabinet who will be rejoicing on this, because some of them, the extremists, are saying that, well, we have to go back there, let's continue to fight and just wipe them off. But what do the Arab world do? What would Egypt do? Especially, what would Jordan do? Especially when Trump is going to be meeting the Jordan king. Donald Trump is expected to face fierce resistance from Jordan's King Abdullah at the White House today in their first meeting since the U.S. president proposed moving Gaza population to Jordan. Now, Jordan, a key U.S. ally, has been treading a tightrope between its military and diplomatic ties and popular support for the Palestinians at home. Now, those fault lines already tested by a Gaza war are being pushed to breaking point by Trump's plan for Gaza's peace. He had expanded on his demand that Gazans be moved to Jordan and Egypt, telling the Fox News anchor that they will not have the right to return home, a vision that, if enforced, will contravene international law. So if Putin decides that, well, all the areas that they've captured from Ukraine, they're not going to allow them to come back there, that is going to be part of theirs, how do we come out as international community to either justify or, as I would say, condemn such acts? Because I think some of these things are setting precedents, and it's just a matter of time. Okay. Another story making the round, a sad one. Before we come to one other story from the US, and then we'll go to Africa. A teacher has fatally stabbed an 8-year-old girl at an elementary school in South Korea in an incident that has shocked the nation. A female teacher who is in her 40s confessed to stabbing the student in central city of Daejeon. Police have said the girl was found with stab wounds on the second floor of a school building at 18 hours local time, that's 9 hours GMT, yesterday, and was pronounced dead at the hospital. The teacher was found beside her with stab wounds that police said might be self-inflicted. Now, South Korean acting president Choi Sang-mok on Tuesday ordered an investigation into the case and urged authorities to implement necessary measures to ensure such incidents never happen. Is it like the teacher having mental breakdown or something? What exactly is happening there? We'll be following very, very closely, and therefore, when there are any developments, we'll make sure we bring it to the fore. But this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK at 11:45, and let me say the lines are open. If you want to share your take with us, feel free to do so. Call us on 0208-133-2257, or you can text us on 075-396-17744. Our X handle is at Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. All right then. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie, and we continue with the Tuesday edition of the Morning Show, virtually having about another 14 minutes to bring the program to a close. But the U.S. Justice Department has told federal prosecutors to drop their corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The order came from the acting Deputy Attorney General appointed by President Trump, who said the indictment had restricted the mayor's ability to address illegal immigration and violent crime in the city. Adams, a Democrat, has recently built a closer relationship with Trump, a Republican, and has told law enforcement to cooperate with the president's immigration raids. But he denies speaking to Trump about his case. The mayor is accused of accepting illegal campaign funds and gifts in exchange for his influence as mayor. He has pleaded not guilty to 5 charges. Now, prosecutors have not yet commented or to indicate whether they intend to drop the case as requested. Any decision to do so will need to be formally submitted to the court and approved by a judge. You are directed, as authorized by the Attorney General, to dismiss the pending charges. Read the memo from Acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove. Okay, so quite interesting. Power. He is just wrapped himself a bit with power, and now the case against him has to be dropped. Why? Because he wants to play ball. Well. Though he's a Democrat. Well. That's quite an interesting twist there, right? Yeah. Okay, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So, some of the stories making the round. Canada's swift retaliation to unjustified Trump tariffs. A top exporter of steel and aluminium to the U.S., Canada sees new trade barriers as a threat to their economy. So, you increase the tariff, I also increase my tariffs. Who suffers? Okay. Now, this morning, there's a few days now, there's been a conference going on in Paris pertaining to AI. But ChatGPT board says no thanks to Elon Musk's led $97 billion bid. Sam Altman, the chief executive of OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, has rebuffed a $97.4 billion bid, that's dollars bid, to take over the firm from a consortium of investors led by Elon Musk. Now, Musk's attorney, Mark Toberoff, confirmed he submitted a bid for all assets of the tech company to its board on Monday. The offer is the latest twist in a long-standing battle between Musk, the world's richest man and the right hand to the U.S. President Donald Trump, and OpenAI chief executive Sam Altman over the future of the startup at the center of the AI boom. In response to the bid, Altman posted on Musk's social media platform X, "No, thank you, but we'll buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." He's not going to. His rejection of the bid does not necessarily mean the proposed takeover is dead. Now, OpenAI's board will have a say on the company's future and may favor a sale, especially if the offer is increased. However, there are also questions about how serious Musk is about actually acquiring the firm and whether the offer is really part of an ongoing legal row between the two men. Musk and Altman co-founded the startup in 2015 as a non-profit company, but the relationship has soured since the Tesla and Xbox departed the firm in 2018. And now he says, "I want to come back. I want to buy that." And he says, "No, thank you." Okay. Well. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Can you imagine Musk buying AI, ChatGPT? Literally, then he's controlling everything, right? It's going to be quite an interesting one there, but it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Moving on straight to Africa as well. Just touch on a couple of stories from there. The United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention called for the immediate release of Mohamed Bazoum and his wife Hadiza on Monday. Now, Bazoum was overthrown in a coup in July 2023. Since then, he and his wife have been cut off from all outside contact. They have been detained for a year and a half in a wing of the presidential residence in Niamey. Only his doctor is allowed to visit him. The UN Working Group considers their detention arbitrary and violation of international law. It calls for their immediate release and the right to seek compensation. The UN expert's statement is not new. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has previously demanded Bazoum's release. He even called for his reinstatement as head of state after his arbitrary detention on July 26, 2023. Now, it's interesting. It's interesting because if the citizens of that country think that the leader who some way, somehow, did not win an election, let me put it for lack of words, legitimately, is saying that I am in position, I can do whatever thing that I want to do, and at times even when their tenure is over, so they are supposed to have 2 terms, that they decide to tweak their, what do you call it, the laws of the land, okay, and then decide, you know what, I'm going to go for another term because they are cronies to in parliament to do all sorts of political acrobatics and decide that constitution has been changed and therefore the president can run again, and then they go for a third term. And then when all these things are going down, instead of these bodies to rise up and say, please, you don't supposed to do that, these are the laws and you have to see to it, they don't say anything. They are silent on it. That when the public or the country, the folks decide that we don't want this no more and we want the person out, and then they get the military to oust them, then we have the international communities coming in to say, no, that's not right. You have to reinstate the person. You talk about democracy? You say that democracy is just democracy? Really? Well. I know Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin will tell us that, we have to still come into democracy because that's the way forward, blah, blah, blah. But it's not always that the people get it right. Because some, because of sycophancy, because of faith, whatever things, they look at it. They're not looking at policies in details. Small prints, they're not looking at that. And they decide to go on or get on and vote for the individual. And the person comes in and they see the person now unleashing venom on them. Then what? Okay, so if you say, oh yes, majority of people voted for the person, so it is okay, let us all come to support the person, and then you go for first term, or that's 4 years or 5 years, whichever is the constitution stipulates, and then maybe a second term. By the time you say, Jack, they've ruined your economy beyond, well, repair. Let me put it that way as well. But somehow we try to get there. But what I'm saying is that it's not the top de la cream who suffered. It's those on the bottom end. Yesterday we were talking about a story where people have to cross river or unsafe waters to go to school in Ghana. And we have our leaders sitting in 4x4s and living that opulent life and I mean waste money and all the stuff that goes on there. And we say that is okay. That is okay. But we're not looking at the interests of the common person there. The people who voted us into power, the people that we came in to say we were going to serve. What do you think about all that? It's quite an interesting one, right? Yes, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. And this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. Well, just a few moments ago, the Gulf of Mexico has been renamed the Gulf of America for U.S. users on Google Maps. So if you don't know, if you are Googling Gulf of Mexico, it now comes out it comes up as a Gulf of America for the U.S. users. Following an executive order by former President Donald Trump, the name change has sparked debate, with Google confirming that it reflects updates from the official government source. So, is it going to carry out his threat, saying that, well, the Panama Canal is going to be one that he is going to say, this belongs to the U.S.? Are we going to see that? Well, okay. But interestingly, when all these things goes on, now he has one term to go. Unless, of course, when his term is coming to an end, he decide that, okay, let's do the constitution, let's find something, and then they say, I'm going to stay in power and then see to some other unfinished businesses there. Maybe. But if not, and constitution is supposed to work and everything, What do you think about that? Well, he's so happy because the Gulf of Mexico is now Gulf of America. Okay? But does the name stipulate who controls it? So in Ghana and the West African sub-region, they got the Indian Ocean. Should we change it to Africa or West Africa Ocean? And does that change the fish in there or the shipping part? Does it change anything of the sort? Well. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Don't you worry, I'll bring you everything that you need to know before we move on from there. Now, during a joint EAC SADC summit, leaders of both organizations call for immediate and unconditional ceasefire. Rwandan authorities welcomed the meeting conclusion, but Kinshasa showed more vigilance due to the absence of Kigali's condemnation for its involvement in the conflict and the end of hostilities in the RDC. In the aftermath, the joint EAC SADC summit, during which leaders called for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire and an end to hostilities in Eastern DRC on Saturday, February 8, Rwandan authorities reacted favorably to the meeting's result. Conversely, Kinshasa is disappointed by the lack of condemnation directed at Kigali regarding its involvement in the conflict and is adopting a more cautious approach, according to Rwandan Foreign Minister Olivier Nduhangere. This meeting is a historic and successful summit that offers immediate, medium, and long-term measures for restoring peace and security in Eastern DRC. So let's see. Well, when they were being accused that Kigali was the one supporting the M23 rebels, they said, no. But now, they try to be gentle with him because, the Rwandan leader will not take it lying down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Here in Ghana as well. Now, can it be that's true? But I'm at the moment thinking that it's all some fake news or somebody just churning out some untruth or just putting something down to give a dog a bad name so you can put it down and stuff like that. However, the chairman of the Operation Recover or Loot, that's ORA committee, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, says the nation can retrieve $20.49 billion with 36 cases, including the National Cathedral projects and the PDS. Now, it will be recalled on December 18, 2024, then President-elect John Dramani Mahama set up a team to identify and recover states' assets that have been illegally and dubiously acquired by outgoing government officials and their allies. It was also in fulfillment of a pledge the new president made on the campaign trail last year. The members of the team are members of Parliament for North Tongo, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, a former Auditor General Daniel Domelevo, a retired Commissioner of Police, COP retired Nathaniel Kofi-Boakye, a legal practitioner Martin Pebo, and Raymond Archer, who is an investigative journalists. Now, delivering data from the committee reports to the president, Mr. Ablakwa said the team had been swarmed with thousands of reports since they started work barely 2 months ago. He said, in the quote, "We can retrieve 20.49 billion with 36 cases, including National Cathedral projects and PDS. We received 1,493 calls through toll-free numbers. We also received 924 emails. Fortunately, all of these calls are recorded automatically, and all the emails have been preserved for verification and validation." So in total, the number of complaints received amounts to 2,417. The chair, who also doubles as Minister of Foreign Affairs, said at the Jubilee House. Mr. Blackwell said it was a proof to skeptics that Ora was a crucial intervention by President John Mahama. The minister, who described the president as vindicated in his establishment of Ora, revealed that the team's website and toll-free lines had been developed free of charge. He said although he and his colleagues had worked without allowances, they were proud of their efforts during the nearly 2 months period. The minister reminded the audience that Ora had been a major anti-corruption plank in the 2024 election season. All Ghanaians have been outraged by the levels of corruption and the levels of dissipation of state assets, state resources, and they expect His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to fulfill his campaign mandate of recovering what truly belongs to the Ghanaian people, he averred. The committee submitted reports to the president following days of being topical during the early days of the Mahama administration. So Ghana has gone to the IMF for a loan, of what is it, 5 billion or 6 billion, whichever it is, and we have our own $20 billion that have been squandered or wasted. And what do you think? What do you think? It's quite an interesting one, right? But this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 2 minutes past 12. And virtually, I am at the tail end of my program for this morning. But wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. I will touch on one other story, and then we bring the program to a close for today. Of course, I'm going to bring you some lovely tune. Mahama, okay, let me bring you headlines on that. I won't capture the details. Mahama have instructed the completion of the Anomabo Fisheries College. Well, and then children crossing river to school, not an easy sight. Rita Ajay Awate is saying, I believe in less talk, more action. Less talk, more action. In other stories making the rounds there as well, illegal mining threatens Obuasi Airport, military barracks, and others. Well, can't we stop them if we are seeing what they are doing? Well, and of course, somebody say, what is the alternative? What is the alternative? But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. A former Deputy Attorney General Fred Chua Yeboah has described the President John Mahama's Operation Recover or Loot initiative as toothless, stating that he would not respond to their call if he's invited. I see ORA as a toothless institution without the power to investigate or engage in many activities. Now, when asked by Sweetie Abuochi if their initiative could help address corruption in the country, Martin Kwebu, who just spoke, is a private legal practitioner. He doesn't have the power to investigate, nor does he have the authority to mount prosecution. So, if Martin Kwebu were to invite me, I wouldn't attend, even if I were corrupt. And even if I were corrupt and the police or Ioko invited me, I would dare not. Mr. Chua Yeboah added, following Martin Kwebu's submission on the show. So is he just trying to say that, look, with what ORA has captured, the fact that they're talking about $20 billion, and they say the country can retrieve that money. If he's invited, he's not going to go. What about the Attorney General? Or the Office of the Special Prosecutor? If all this is sent to them and say, now, investigate it, will he say he's not going to go? See? So that's what I talk about when they talk, when they say democracy. Do you think that if we will live in an authoritarian state, you would dare say that? I know there are excesses. I believe that there are excesses. I've seen excesses. Okay? However, people be some way somehow toe the line because they know that whoever is in charge there will not tolerate that BS. But well, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. So where are all these monies? Are they in individuals' pockets? Or where? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. A final story, and I bring the program to a close. A Ghanaian businessman and majority shareholder of the now defunct Heritage Bank, Seydou Agongo, has reiterated his innocence regarding the charges that led to the revocation of the bank's license. The Bank of Ghana, in its decision to conduct a clean-up exercise in the banking sector, cited several reasons for revoking Heritage Bank's license in 2019, including concerns about the source of its capital and governance issues. The Apex Bank also stated that the bank's owner, Seydou Agongo, did not meet its prescribed fit and proper persons criteria. What do they mean by that? Reacting to these claims for the first time in the media, Agongo described the move as unfortunate, stating that he was unfairly targeted and remains saddened by the bank's closure. He insists that he did nothing wrong to warrant the revocation of his operation license. I don't hold grudges over things that have already happened, but I don't know what I did wrong, Seydou Agongo said in a yet-to-be-aired interview. Now, if I'm not fit and proper, why were you asking me to merge with other banks? The same bank that was supposedly not fit for and proper, why are you asking us to merge with others? He questioned the Bank of Ghana. Now, when further asked about his role in the collapse of Heritage Bank, in which he held close to 70% stake, Agongo expressed deep disappointment over the central bank's decision to revoke his banking license. He argued that it was unfair for the central bank to shut down his bank. So, how do you see this bank revocation? Are we going to see the new bank governor of the central bank? Now, apparently, there's an acting one who is going to be seeing to implementing every policy, new policies, and maybe reinstating all these banks if they go through it. But where are all the monies? Their premises and stuff like that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is where I bring the program to a close for today. On that note, I want to say, have a lovely, jubbly afternoon and a day, and we'll catch up all tomorrow on the Wednesday edition of the morning show. It's been me, your one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
We take this commercial break, and once we come back, I will play you my last music, and then we bring the program to a close. Stay tuned.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to every one of you, the numerous people on the various platforms that were watching and listening, wherever you have been. I say have a top of the day. Till I come your way tomorrow. I'm out like that. This is the Zongo Man saying, be nice. Hello, Zongo Man. We'll catch up later. Enjoy it.
Hey, Kokoti. Be nice to your brethren, be nice to your sister, be nice to everyone, and make the world a better place. Say hello to everyone, everyone. Say hello. Smile to everyone, everyone. Smile. Don't smile in my face and stab me hard in the back. You are the bully, oppressor, and a gangster. You're just a bombing, starving, shooting, killing, murdering innocent children, harassing them in the neighborhood, disturbing the peace in the neighborhood. Why can't you be nice, hey, and kind? Be nice to your husband, be nice to your wife, be nice to your colleagues, be nice to your mates, be nice to your friends, be nice to your neighbors, be nice to everyone, whether black or white. Cocotte, 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 cocotte. Unite against racism, unite against oppression, unite against gangstercracy, unite against misogyny, unite against homophobia, unite against xenophobia, unite, hey, unite, 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 unite against hate and make the world a better place.
Thanks for listening.
Cocotte, 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 cocotte. Children, be nice, oh children. Children, be nice to your mates,